See, some guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents, they say, yo, I don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need to fight because they got to take a fight because they can have to get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But now, they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you will start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
Tank does that, you know, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow out, and he did get it. That's just like...
Gervonta Davis finds himself in a troubling position as Calvin Ford, the mentor who was instrumental in his boxing development, openly questions his readiness for a rematch with Lamont Roach. Ford has been Davis's guide since the beginning, transforming him into one of boxing's most feared power punchers. Without Ford's presence in his corner, Davis's performances have noticeably declined, signaling potential trouble ahead.
Definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out.
You guys calm down. Hey, come on now.
Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so... It's something we gotta work on in the corner.
Following Ford's departure, Davis's vulnerabilities became increasingly apparent, culminating in a controversial draw against Roach that many observers felt was overly generous. Fans and boxing analysts widely believed Roach had earned the victory. With the rematch approaching, Ford has voiced his reservations about Davis's preparation, citing concerns that extend beyond physical training. The mentor-student relationship that once resembled a father-son bond has deteriorated due to personal conflicts that have spilled beyond the sport itself.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, he look at me as dad. Do it look like his son supposed to be taking his dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Oh, Tank don't play as coach. Tank gives me anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day. And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second and foremost, now I came from that club. You understand? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing.
Right.
Boxing is just a web.
For the first time in their partnership, Ford has stepped away from Davis's corner completely. Sources close to the situation point to Davis's conduct outside the ring as a primary factor, with his legal troubles serving as a backdrop to more fundamental issues regarding his commitment to boxing.
Let me ask you this. I want you to talk to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know...
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
Just talking to her though. What the information that she gave? Can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from
here. Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says?
All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
What I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lips, and it's on her.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you?
General.
What's his first name? Gervonta.
Davis has publicly discussed retirement, calling boxing boring and expressing a lack of motivation to continue competing. This attitude creates an impossible situation for any trainer attempting to prepare someone who has seemingly lost their passion for the fight game.
I know you ain't focused. Tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my paper done?
Ford invested years developing Davis into an elite-level fighter, only to witness his student arrive at training camp without the dedication that once defined their partnership. This disconnect led to a significant confrontation between them, ultimately resulting in Ford's decision to walk away from the relationship.
Gervonta Tank Davis got the entire boxing world in a frenzy right now. People don't know what to do. He dropping workout videos. He only weighed 139 pounds, 2 months out from the fight. Motherfuckers like, yo, it's over. Tank Davis is in shape. He gonna kill Lamont Roach. Oh shit, he might get suspended because he's smoking on the weed. Niggas don't know what to do right now, bro. And it's funny to watch. Let me tell you something, man, about the little weed video or whatever. Number one, we don't know what was in the joint. Could be weed, could be tobacco, could be something else. Number two, you don't know when the video was taken, so that could have been months ago. And number three, whatever it was, that shit probably got out of his system in 2.2 seconds because that man didn't hit shit. He puffed on that shit and started breathing out immediately, bro. A real weed smoker. That's why the smoke was so white, bro. When you actually hit that shit and breathe it in and get it in your lungs to actually get high, the smoke don't come out that white, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all.
Davis has attempted to minimize the situation by claiming Ford left due to personal reasons, but this explanation lacks credibility given their long history together. Ford's years of loyalty make it unlikely he would abandon Davis without serious underlying issues driving the separation.
To have Calvin in his corner this time. I think he will have Kenny, but he's not going to have Calvin. I think that's probably going to be like an advantage for you since he's going to have somebody new in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
More than likely. I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime, your career trainer, and to to not have him as your head trainer in the corner.
The situation clearly involves deeper problems than Davis is willing to acknowledge publicly. Ford's current comments about Davis's preparation for the rematch reveal his diminished confidence in his former student, while Davis's attitude toward Ford has become increasingly apparent.
People, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including Will, I mean, Will. Fuck.
Ford's concerns appear well-founded when examining the potential dangers of a second Roach fight. Davis built his reputation on devastating knockout power, but Roach exposed a critical weakness by absorbing that power without being overwhelmed or broken down.
That's his power after being in there for 12.
We got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told y'all I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like, I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like, I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like, being up close and personal, obviously I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all.
This reality makes the rematch significantly more perilous than initially apparent. If Davis cannot depend on his knockout ability to alter the fight's trajectory, he must identify alternative strategies to secure victory.
That's how I train. I feel like one of my strong points is exchanging in the pocket. I have a very good eye, very good defense. I'm able to counter and return shots, and I think that's what I did very well. And honestly, I landed some of the bigger shots.
Ford delivered a brutally honest assessment of the first fight, stating that Davis abandoned his fundamental boxing skills during key moments. Coming from the man who developed those fundamentals, this criticism carries enormous weight. Ford notably avoided blaming external factors like officiating or tactics, instead placing full responsibility on Davis's execution.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on, but again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to.
The 9th round has become the focal point of ongoing controversy, with many believing it should have clearly established Roach as the winner of their first encounter.
Oh, not right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach was I think he took a knee. He took a knee. What was he doing? He forgot his.
So he's got to count. I understand. You take a knee like that. I look like enough. All right.
Davis dropped to one knee during this round, but the referee failed to rule it an official knockdown, allowing the fight to continue. The Boxing Commission is reportedly reviewing the bout, and their findings could have significant ramifications for both fighters.
Commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted. That wrong could be righted. Obviously.
Should the commission overturn the original decision, the rematch would transform from a revenge fight into something far more consequential for Davis's career trajectory.
My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that
Roach enters the rematch situation with tremendous confidence gained from their first meeting, having proven he can withstand Davis's most powerful shots while maintaining his composure throughout.
Hey man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. Yeah.
The rematch will not feature Roach as a typical underdog, but rather as a fighter who possesses concrete evidence of his ability to compete with and potentially defeat Davis on equal footing.
Now showing the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis?
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. You know, I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not.
This psychological advantage makes Roach an even more formidable opponent in their anticipated second encounter, as he knows he can succeed against Davis's primary weapons.
I want boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Davis's concerns multiply when considering he no longer has access to the same support structure that originally elevated him to championship level, creating additional obstacles in his preparation.
Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head. I need this 10th, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down. Okay.
The situation becomes increasingly complex, as multiple factors work against Davis's chances of success in a potential rematch with Roach.
I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey.
The conversation has expanded beyond simple ring performance to encompass questions about Davis's overall career direction and commitment to the sport that made him famous.
With you. He's on the unofficial, not the real card, here. Keep taking your shots. You took that round off, here. That's my job. I'm honest with you.
Well, the possibility of a commission ruling overturning the original result adds another layer of complexity, as Davis could enter a rematch as a challenger rather than defending champion.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yeah,
he's doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is...
Davis's situation has become a public relations disaster, with multiple rivals seizing the opportunity to criticize him openly, including Shakur Stevenson, who has been vocal about his desire to fight Davis.
The New York State Athletic Commission makes a statement yesterday that they're going to be reviewing Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach 9th round, knockdown, not a knockdown, whatever, to see what the final ruling on their part is going to be. New York State Athletic Commission has been busy. The Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia shit, now Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. We'll see what they decide in this situation. I think ultimately with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, they made the correct decision, overturning Ryan Garcia's victory. We'll see what they decide here with Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Me, myself, personally, I think that it's a very tricky situation. And it deserves a full video, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get all my thoughts out in this video. But I do want to ask everyone watching this video, what do you think? Do you think they should overturn the decision and award Lamont Roach the victory? Do you think because of all the controversy, they should throw the draw out and declare the no contest? Do you think they should do nothing? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll give mine in another video, but New York State Athletic Commission reviewing the Tank Davis, Lamont Roach.
Stevenson has used this controversy as additional ammunition for his campaign to secure a matchup with Davis, arguing that the situation proves why their fight should be prioritized.
Think it was a draw? Nah. Who you got one? Lamont. You got Lamont what? By how many rounds? I don't know. You still want the Tank Davis fight? What? You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong?
Ryan Garcia has also entered the discussion despite his recent knockout loss, using social media to attack Davis's performance against Roach and add to the growing chorus of criticism.
He spoke out on IG Live, and I don't know where you were, but you were talking about Tank, and you know he just beat Ryan Garcia, and you said that you would expose Tank.
Damn, I was on IG Live with that.
I think it was IG Live or Fight Hype video, one of them. Oh, okay.
I feel as though with anybody, I feel like I'm a bad motherfucker. Like, I feel like I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. So I think these dudes is great fighters, but I just feel like when it come down to me, I don't like nobody could beat me. They all.
Even typically reserved fighters like Terrence Crawford have made public comments about Davis's situation, contributing to the mounting pressure and scrutiny surrounding his recent performances and future in boxing.
You know, without a doubt, you can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it, because it can give me an incentive, you know, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're gonna do it to me, you got to do it to everyone.